There's a lot of sex offenders that get put in the motels.
Their mom being in the restroom, using drugs, or they're not there in the area at all. They don't know where their mom is or when they're coming back.
In that area, historically, we've had some gang activity, we've had some prostitution activity, some sex trafficking, some drug dealing that goes on. And so those kids are going to be exposed to that environment.
Motel Drive, also known over the years as the red light district of the valley. Parkway Drive, located west of the 99 highway, is an area most local residents would avoid. But some families have no choice but to actually live in nightly motels because of past evictions, exposing children in this part of the neighborhood to the dangers of gangs and prostitution. But changes are underway to restore Parkway Drive to its former glory.
A lot of times they tell us honestly what they're going through.
Janessa Williams is the program manager for an organization called Live Again Fresno. It provides children who live on Motel Drive a safe space through after-school programs and activities. Her day-to-day conversations with these kids reveal what really goes on in their lives.
They're the restroom, using drugs, or they're not there in the area at all. They don't know where their mom is or when they're coming back. Like they need a place to sleep for a night. I've had parents call me asking me to figure out a way for them to get in a room. And like the experience for me is kind of, sometimes it triggers me because I've been through many things that they have been through.
She also understands firsthand why these kids need help because she was in a similar position herself.
Well, I grew up with my parents on drugs and my mom not anywhere to be found, so I can relate with them on that. I've moved place to place, ended up in a foster home, just had no support or anything around me, no food, no clothes, nowhere to stay. I've been homeless as well, so I can really relate to a few of the things that they go through.
Alma Escarcega actually lives on Motel Drive.
I have been a resident of Parkway Drive since I was 16 years old.
Families live in these motels because either they are low income or they were evicted from apartments in the past. Others have bad credit or struggle to navigate the rental process.
A lot of these motels are not supposed to be doing monthly. They're supposed to be doing 28-day stays, but some do monthly. So usually it's either daily or weekly. And then after the 28 days, you have to take your whole family, move all your stuff out, find somewhere else to go, and then go back.
But thanks to a state-funded effort to turn these motels into housing called Project Homekey, it now gives these families a safer and cheaper option.
$300 a month. Oh, wow. Yeah, $300 a month, and that's why I said it feels good to see them because a lot of these families were struggling. You know, where are they going to go for that one night on the 28th day? Where are they going to go? And here they don't got to worry about it. You know, here their next step is to help you with housing.
Step Up 99 was part of our Beautify Fresno effort that we did in February. We'll continue to do more along Parkway. And really it's about taking ownership of that area, beautifying the area. At times it's become very unsightly. And anytime you have areas that are blighted with litter and trash, there's no pride in that neighborhood. We want to restore that pride. We want to restore the curb appeal to Motel Drive. We're taking steps in partnership with the Housing Authority to buy motels on Parkway Drive, converting those to housing for homeless folks. And this is, all of it works together. Living in Fresno, taking care of those kids, purchasing motels with the Housing Authority for the homeless, beautifying Fresno through Step Up 99, all of those things come together to restore that area.
For Alma, this means one step closer to a normal life for her family of 7.
My kids used to walk just from the store, and I'd have to be careful because the prostitution, you know, a lot of the disrespect that goes on, I would say, on the streets as the kids are walking down the street. You know, they have to see it.
Alma says some of these kids have lived in Motel Drive all their life, hardly ever crossing over the 99 to see the good that's out there.
We'd hand out papers that said, you know, this is who I am, or get to know me more, and a lot of those children don't even know what to write. You know, but after spending a little while here and going over it with them, we kind of instill all the goodness in them, you know, their resiliency and their braveness and the encouragement that they have to keep going. So you can notice from when the kid first starts off in the program until when they're here for a little bit, they start to get more comfortable and they start to build up their strengths in them.
And something as simple as providing a normal holiday to these kids.
We love to do holidays for the kids because not all these kids could afford holidays. And I know me being a child that was physically abused, you know, those holidays I was able to hold on to because none of that went on. So even if it's just, you know, a card for them on a holiday, they appreciate it. You know, it's going to go towards birthdays. It's going to go towards helping their family with necessities that their families will need.
Well, the Live Again Fresno campaign benefits the children. The children that have unfortunately been exposed to an environment that makes it very difficult for them to be successful unless we have adults that come into their life and provide them the role models that they need.
Granville Homes launched a relief project to raise money for Live Again. For every dollar raised in the month of March, Granville Homes, in partnership with Mayor Dyer and his wife Diane, along with other community partners, will match dollar for dollar up to $15,000 and donate all proceeds to the organization.
So now we're partnering with them to make sure that we get other folks to donate as well for a match. So Granville's going to donate $15,000 to be matched by $15,000 from the community, and we're well on our way to doing that, but we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to give and to be involved indirectly in the lives of these children that we so dearly love.
A huge sigh of relief for these families because they don't have to go hungry.
That program provides like a continental breakfast, and they provide dinner every night, every morning. So that kind of relieves the stress of having to provide that. Families can now afford where they live, not like when we were living in the motels. I was paying, you know, a lot for one room. And here it's within a budget, so families could afford it now.
You see, once they come from the motels and they come in here, it's like they just take off their costume, you know, and they're free, and they really seem free, and they run around. Some open up to us and talk to us and tell us things that they can't say at home. We have like a lot of one-on-ones with the kids that they just want to talk and just share their own personal daily lives.
Something they'd like to spend the money on are more exposure trips, bringing these kids to places they didn't even know exist.
Well, one trip that we went to was the Sequoia Mountains to see like the biggest trees. For me, I never even went on those trips before, so I know for me it was exciting, and for them, like, they're just in awe, and they're wondering like, how does a tree even get that big? And they just start asking questions that they never thought was a question to ask, you know, like.
Hope. The kids see hope. They have faith. They feel safe and secure to be outside. Even if it is just for a couple of hours, they're allowed to sit at a table, as a family should be able to, and eat a warm meal together. Allowed to pray together if that's what they would like. You know, they're allowed to laugh and just be kids, children that they usually can't be when they're along Parkway.
So the two areas that I wanted to focus on right out of the gate was housing the homeless and beautify Fresno. What we're doing on Parkway ties both of those in together. We're buying motels so that we can house our homeless population. We're beautifying that area to restore pride and curb appeal. And we're also partnering with a nonprofit organization to provide after-school programs with those youth. So all of them go hand in hand, including our ability to provide youth leadership for those kids.
My favorite part is honestly like watching them grow and change, like watching the little ones learn to talk, watching the older ones go to the next grade successfully, and just seeing them every day honestly makes my day.